Hey everyone, back to another chess video. Today we're going to be doing some more tactics and puzzles training. So 1800 to I think about 2300 is what I did on chess.com, just all puzzles. So first puzzle, queen e3. I'm immediately seeing my bishops attacking this knight, but it's defended by a pawn and a queen. My queen is in line with his king. Knight is pinned to the king. I see maybe pushing this pawn. This bishop might be coming active. I'm looking for forcing moves, so I see a check here. So to try to narrow down candidate moves, you look for most forcing moves first. So I see this check. You can block with a pawn. You can recapture with the pawn, or you can recapture with the pawn. You can recapture with his pawn or his knight, and then I kind of see the attack fizzling out a bit. I see this bishop and queen staring at this knight, so maybe there's some type of exchange, but it's pretty well defended, so I don't think it's just going to be a simple exchange. I see this knight is pinned to the king, so maybe this pawn push threatening to capture it. He cannot castle out of it and have any rooks staring at me. He can put his queen here, but then I still just capture the knight. So I'm thinking this is going to be f5. I don't see any checks he can give me with his queen. He can't just capture the pawn. So I think f5 is going to be the move here. And then we can just capture. If it was a scenario where for some reason he could castle and the rook would have been on the same file as my queen and king, then you would have to think about, are you then getting pinned in return? But that wasn't the case for that one. All right, so we continue on here. Rooks are doubled up. Queen protecting the rook. My queen is attacking these two rooks. Threatening mate, but if only I can get this rook out of my hair. This bishop is on a pretty good diagonal. My king is fairly safe, but he does have some sacrifices here I have to think about. So I'm thinking, is there a way to get this rook off of this square so that I can deliver mate? That's kind of what my first thought is. If I could remove this defender, moving the defender. I have this rook I could capture with. If he captures with the rook, I have this check, and you can't really go anywhere. So that's option one. Captures, he recaptures with the queen. Do I have anything else? What do I have? Rook takes, queen takes, queen takes, rook takes. And my knight's getting kicked out of there pretty quick. I cannot capture this bishop. I also have, so maybe rook takes, queen takes. I don't see anything after that right now, but we can come back to that if we don't see any other lines that look a bit more promising. I can capture this rook with check. It's recaptured with this rook. I can take with this rook. King there. And then where? There. We just slide this rook here and threaten this. Queen takes, rook takes. Oh, you know what I might have that I'm seeing now? Queen takes, rook takes, knight check, forking the king and queen, and then I just cleanly win a rook. And there will be a rook on e1, but there's no back rank because it's defended. All right, so let's think through that one more time. Queen takes rook. King can go here, but then I'm taking this rook, and it's going to fizzle out for white pretty quick. Queen takes rook, recaptures with this rook. This square is now open for a fork, and I can win the queen, and then I'll be up a knight and a rook compared to what am I going to be up? I'll have queen takes, rook takes, check, captures. Oh yeah, either you move the rook, and then I'm up a rook, or you exchange and I'm up a piece. All right, so I think that's going to be the move. Right, queen takes, knight fork, and you're not just going to exchange rooks, but yeah, I'm up a piece. All right, we continue on. So on e5 was played. I see this knight protecting the pawn, queen's protecting it. Not really doing much else. This knight is in a weird spot, threatening bishop takes and pawn takes and queen takes. This pawn is protecting these two knights. Rook can get pretty nasty. Probably threatening e4 in just a moment. This knight is under threat. What do we have? Take here. Takes. Queen takes. Get recaptured. I don't see anything. I maybe move this knight out with tempo on the queen. And let's think. If I go here, queen can't go there, queen can't go there. Can go there. But capture this pawn. Captures with the knight. No. I attack the queen. Queen goes here. Maybe I attack with the pawn. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't take. No. No. You go back here. Maybe I throw this knight in there. Yeah, I can chase the queen around, but maybe there's something better. Maybe there's something better. Capture this. And then pawns are still coming down. I don't have any checks I can be giving. I can, this is interesting. I can go bishop here. You push, capture the rook. You take, I just recapture. And it's 2 pieces for a rook. I don't think that's that good. Bishop, pawn, takes, 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 here. I don't think that's good for me. I think I'd rather, I don't think I like exchanging 2 pieces for a rook. Revisit this line. Knight here. Queen here. Pawn attacks. Queen has to go back here. Here. Is a bit of a tricky one. Bishop g5. Pawn here. If I take, 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 capture this pawn, that'll be 2 pieces for a rook and 2 pawns. That's better for me. The only other forcing move I'm seeing is knight c4, but I think that kind of fizzles out. I think the queen can escape. I don't see anything with this. I don't see any way to, like, trap the queen. I don't want to just exchange this bishop for that knight. That doesn't help. Gets active. I feel like this bishop move might be it. If rook just goes here, then I'm now no longer worried about this pin, and I can, like, pull my bishop back or something like that. try scan for any other moves. See. Bishop here, you can block with the bishop. Takes here. I don't know, maybe it's not that bishop move. It is something with trapping the queen. Knight here, queen here. Knight here first. And then queen. No. Can't go there. Oh, no, you would be able to go there. On here. Goes there. Here. Knight goes. Can't evacuate here. You cannot evacuate here. You cannot evacuate here. So you have to go here. Okay. You go pawn here. You maybe you have to go here. And then where? Oh, wait. Actually, you can't go there because the knight on c4 would attack it. You know what? I think this might be the move. Okay. You know, I didn't even see that. That was a tricky one. That took quite a bit of thinking. That was a tricky one. All right, we continue on. All right. I am about to get mated. I have this pawn can attack with check. And then king will go there. Rook opens up. Knight there. Queen there. I think this is just a mate in like 3, but let me just check this again. Pawn takes with check. You recapture. Go check. There. Back here, and you know, I'll win the rook, but takes, check. There, mate. So you're not doing that. Takes, there. Rook e8. Knight there. Queen takes. I think that's probably it. Takes. Oh, you know what I just saw? Cannot go check. So think this one through. If I go rook check, you go back there, then I'll go check. And back check there. Let me think. Check. There. It gives like a check here. Go there. Now let me. This is like a mate, but I'm making this more complicated than it. I think it's just rook check. There. Here to win the rook. All right, let me just see what exactly I'm missing there, because I gotta be missing something. I feel like I'm just blind. I'll take a little bit. My computer's pretty slow. All right, so here, see a check I can give. King can run there. I have a check here. King goes there. I have rook takes, king takes. Another check. I cannot win the rook. It's well defended. Check. There. No. No. Check. There. Check. There. Takes. Takes. It's a tough one. That dark squared bishop is doing a lot of work. Do a little not intermezzo, but queen h3. Queen h3 preparing just mate there. Queen h3. Bishop goes here, and then I deliver a check and mate because the king doesn't have any escape. Queen here. Knight hops back. Queen is looking at my rook, so it's got to be 4. Check. There. Check. There. That's not it. Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? This also threatens. Queen here. Knight there. Just boom. Check. Checkmate. So, the way I kind of got to this was look for forcing moves first. Rook check was really kind of the only forcing move that I had. Checks, captures, attacks. This didn't lead to anything because the king can escape and recapture. You can capture a rook. King takes. This bishop's defending this rook, so you're not winning that. So then I thought, okay, what's a move that I could prepare in order to play a forcing move? I can prepare threatening mate with queen h3, and there's a check he could give, but I just capture it. Queen's not coming down for any back rank stuff, so queen h3 I think is it. Check. You just capture, and here. There. All right. Go back to that other one to see if... All right. Oh, wait. It was rook here, here. The answer was rook, gate. Queen takes d5. Oh. Here is just mate. Here is just mate. Let's go 2. Takes. Queen here, I don't think is a good. Hello. Rook check. Then gate is gotta be just. Oh, queen takes d5. Here, same thing. Okay. All right. Okay. King and pawn endgame. His pawn is very close to promoting. So first things first, I'm gonna just see if I win the pawn race, and crucially, if I win it with check. It's definitely not with check. He's not on the proper diagonal. I push, pushes, push, pushes. I push, promote, promote, and it's not that I lose a pawn race. We both promote on the same turn, and neither's with check. So queen here, queen here. Is there a way that I can maybe win his queen? My second thought. Since we both have queens on the board. I can give a check. Go there. I give a check. here. Check. Here. Where? I give a check. Can't go there. You can't go there. No. Check. You have to go there. I give another check. Go there. Give a check. You have to go there or there or there. And go there. Then check. Here. Check. There. Check. I feel like this is going to be a promote and then win with check with like X-raying the queen with the with X-raying the queen. But let's see, maybe I walk my king here. He goes here. I walk my king here, and I recapture. I walk my king here. You are in the square. Wait, no, it's that's the square. So I think, yeah, I think his king can get to my pawn. Here, 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 here. No. I think it's pushing. Oh, no, it's not. Interesting. Dang, I missed that one. All right, we continue on. So that should be a miss. That was a tough one. Gotta review my king and pawn endgames. So 6. I can recapture. You can recapture. Can't push. It's defended. Okay. If I push king here, push. No. Push. Take. Push. Here. And I'm taking with check. Push. Here. Push. Your bishop's too slow to stop anything. Or your bishop can't stop anything. Here. I just capture. I think I can just push this one. Here. Taking with check. Yeah, I think just promote. Capture. Oh, this is a tricky one. Takes. I did not think this one through enough. Dang, then bishop there. What if I just push? Then I take with check. Ooh, I think that's it. Then I take with check. Ah, that was a tricky one. I should have spent more time on that one. All right, let's try to do 10 puzzles. Queen is staring at my queen. Bishop's undefended. Rook is defended. This is undefended. A little bit weird. Then odd. I take this. Takes. No, it doesn't do anything for me. Here takes back a million ways. I'll take it. Rook's coming in, but I have enough defenders. I can't push there because you're taking with check. I think. Forcing moves, checks, captures, and attack. Check I have is this. Capture it. Captures. Back. takes. Going where? Attacks. See this rook slide in here pretty nicely. Rook f5. Queen takes. I just take with the bishop. Rook f5. Can you slip your queen now there? No, I just capture the bishop. Rook f5. Maybe a forcing move of a check back. Recapture, captures. Okay. I think f5 is going to be it. 5. Knight's not coming anywhere. Rook can take, but then I just take back. And the queen's not coming in anywhere. Rook f5. Okay. I want to capture with the queen because then I lose my bishop. So I think just capture with the rook. Right. Stuff. All right. Immediately what sticks out to me is this king is trapped in the corner. I have a couple checks I can give. If I got this rook out of here, then that would be mate. My knight's getting attacked by the bishop, and white's probably going to want to trade off that bishop for my very strong knight pretty quickly. So what I'm seeing is probably not this check. What about this check? Check. Take back with the pawn. But now your king is wide open and your queen is on the same file. Check. You have to take. He does have this little intermezzo check here. But at the end of the line, I can recapture with the pawn, and I'm in pretty good shape. So I think it's knight here, pawn takes, check, queen takes, pawn takes. Any checks at the end I can recapture. I think that's it. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Wait, why is that? Oh, because it's with check. Checkmate. Not check, it's checkmate. Oh, man. End of the line. Last move, I missed it. But we still would have won a queen in the end, so dang. All right. All right, so bishop takes pawn. I can recapture, but queen captures, and my king's just, kind of sitting duck right there. I have this check I can give. King goes there. I have another check with a rook I can give. Bishop can take it. I can give this other check. Oh, man. King goes there. Don't have any checks I can give with the queen. Check. Here. I capture, but you capture with check, and then I'm just getting mated. Okay. Check. There. Don't have that check because you just get captured. Check. There. Check. Oh, wait, and you recapture with check. That's a tough one. A tough one. Check. There. Check. There. Check, but right, let's check here. Capture with the rook. Here. There. Knight can't give any checks. Okay. there. How's that? Okay, what if it's not checked? Captures, captures. There. I mean, I'm just getting blown off the board, I think. Check. Recaptures. Check. There. Capture. Take this pawn. I go here. Check. I go here. Give me a check. There. Maybe that can get out of it. Only thing I'm seeing is rook takes, queen here, king here, queen takes. Can't give me a check. Oh no, I can't take here. I go check there. Here. I don't know. I am not seeing this one. I think rook takes is probably a good start. But this bishop having a discovered check and this queen here, I feel like I'm just going to get mated in some way. I have to be getting mated. But I don't know, maybe not. All right, let's try it. Rook takes. Here. Here. Only move is there. Okay. That was a tricky one. That was like just only move I saw. All right. That was a good set of puzzles, a good mix, some endgames, some mating, some exchanges, deflections, good stuff. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this type of content, check out my other puzzle videos. Check out my game reviews. If you have any ideas or suggestions, just leave a comment. But thank you very much. See you in the next one.